I did want to bring you another really quick case. This one is by CNN, and all of the links are in the show notes below, as you know. And the headline of this reads, Prisoner Review Board member resigns after paroled offender accused of killing 11-year-old boy stabbing the child's mother. One of the state's Prisoner Review Board members, Leanne Miller, recommended the release of 37-year-old Corsetti Brand and also conducted the hearing that resulted in him being granted parole. After Corsetti was let out, he then went and stabbed Laterria Smith, who was 33, and her son, 11-year-old Jayden Perkins. Basically, he went into the apartment, tried to kill her. Her son was trying to protect her, and he stabbed him to death. Laterria also had a 5-year-old son who was in the apartment and witnessed the stabbings. And the reason why Leanne Miller resigned was because, as the Chicago police superintendent Larry Snelling said, this attack, quote, should not have happened because Brand had previously violated a protection order. Quote, he has 3 orders of protection violations against him and was still serving a 16-year sentence for home invasion where he caused injury. So literally, he was not supposed to have been paroled. Initially, he had been let out, but while he was out, he had threatened Laterria because he had been in a relationship with her before, and he had threatened her. He said he was going to show up on her at her house and cause her bodily harm. And this was done through text messages, which she had shown to his parole officer, and he went back into custody on parole violation. So he was supposed to have still been in jail, and they allowed him out on parole, and he went through and did this violent attack, killing an 11-year-old boy. It seems like Laterria did survive, but her 11-year-old son did not. And it was all because he was unjustifiably let out. So currently he's been charged with 9 felony counts, including first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Quote, at the time of Brand's hearing, the Prisoner Review Board did not have any information to indicate that the victim was currently petitioning for an order of protection at the trial court level or any pending hearing associated with her petition. This is not information generally provided to the board. As a result, the PRB was not able to take that new information into consideration. So basically, from what I'm reading, Laterria had gone to court to request an emergency order of protection, and that judge had denied the request, saying that Laterria, quote, presented insufficient evidence of an emergency, and that they would review the case on March 13th, which was the day that they were attacked. Ironically. So I don't know if you have text messages of some dude saying some dude who was in jail for doing this in the first place, saying I'm coming over there to kick your ass. I don't understand how that's insufficient evidence of an emergency. I don't know if you want me to show up with a knife in my chest, if that would be sufficient evidence of an emergency, but I don't know what else could have warranted sufficient evidence of an emergency. And to the point that they let the dude out. They let the dude out. The article, I'm going to read directly from here, goes on to say, late last week, the Prisoner Review Board's general counsel, Kahala Clay, told CNN in a statement that after Brand was taken back into custody in February, quote, a PRB hearing determined the alleged violations did not meet the standards to detain him. The board is a bipartisan independent group whose members are appointed by the Illinois governor, who issued a statement Monday saying that, quote, it was clear that evidence in this case was not given a careful consideration that victims of domestic abuse deserve. He went on to say that he was committed. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just so freaking bullshit. He was committed to ensuring additional safeguards and trainings are in place to prevent tragedies like this from happening again. You are going to get additional safeguards and trainings in place. Why is it always trainings? Why, how long is the training going to take? How many people are going to die while you're still training? This is what I want to know. It was cut and dry. If this dude was freaking on parole for doing the freaking same thing, and you have text messages of him saying, I'm going to do what I literally initially went to jail for, how is that? How do you need training to figure that shit out? This is what I want to know. How the frick did you need training to figure that shit out? And then after all of that, you still let him out. We'll see you back here on March 13th. No, the fuck you won't, because guess what happened on March 13th? What training did you need? You cannot train in common frickin' sense. I really want to see this training material. I really would love to see this training material and see how long this training is supposed to last. Because do you know how many incidents of domestic abuse happens a day? So I wonder how many domestic abuse cases are going through while you're still training. Later on, they also announced the resignation of the review board's chair, Donald Shelton. Quote, Donald Shelton served the state of Illinois in his role with the PRB for over a decade, providing a model of dedication to public service. And as they say in the article, it's unclear if his resignation was related to this March incident that we just went through. This link for this article is in the show notes below. And this is utter bullshit, in my opinion. I want to hear what y'all think about this one. Let me know in the comments below I just want to hear your outrage at this crap that I just read to you. I just want to hear your thoughts on it. I said outraged. Maybe you're not as outraged as I am, but I do want to hear your thoughts about it. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and before you go, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share with your friends. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell.